up, YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about my Honda Grom. Instead of a typical motorcycle review where you're just getting hammered with specs and information that you can read offline, I'd rather just answer some frequently asked questions about this bike, talk about some of the mods that I've done to it since I bought it, and then show you some clips of riding. So first things first, let me get all the boring questions out of the way. This is a 2015 Honda Grom. It's a 125cc motor, 4-stroke, 4 gears. And you can pick this up between $3,000 and $4,000 depending on where you're located and the dealer prices. This thing gets about 100 miles per gallon, give or take, depending on how you're riding it. And with the tank a little bit over 1 gallon, you're getting a little bit over 100 miles each tank. Common question I get on this bike is how fast can it go? Someone my size, I'm about 5'10", 170, 175 pounds. I ride comfortably at about 55 miles per hour, and I've maxed it out at about 75 miles an hour. So I'd say 60, 65 is the sweet spot. I've owned the bike for about a year now, and in that year I've put roughly 1,500 miles on it. I did the regular break-in. At 500 miles I did the first oil change, and I'm soon due for the second one. Immediately when I got it home, I ripped the mirrors off, ripped the reflectors off, ripped the undertail off, and that's just when the mod bug started. So the first mod that I did to this bike was I replaced the undertail with this one from Man in the Box. It comes with a taillight and integrated turns in it. Overall, it cleans up the look, and I really like the way it came out. The next thing to free up some space under the tail here that I did was bought this M4 pipe. It's a full exhaust, and I heat wrapped it, and I'm running this with the baffle out of it, so it's pretty loud. Also at the back of the bike here, I took off the rear sets and I had them powder coated matte black. It just cleaned up the overall look of the bike. It was a big pain to get these off of here, but it was definitely worth it in the end. Next, moving a little bit forward on the bike, I added a couple things to clean up the look of the engine area. I ordered this plate from Man in the Box here, which covers the starter and some of the other lines and wires behind here. And I also added the Taiga undercowl. This sort of protects the exhaust under here, but in the end I really just bought it for the looks. This brings us to the front of the bike where I made most of the changes, so if you've ever seen a stock Grom, you'll know that this is very far from stock. First things first was ripping off the mirrors like I had said. I always put these bar end mirrors on all my motorcycles. Got that on Amazon, it's pretty cheap. Next thing I did that I put on all my motorcycles were these black levers. They're shorty levers and they're completely adjustable. The third thing that I replaced up front were the bars. These are the Pro Taper Honda Minis. They fit all the controls really nicely, and the only thing you gotta note about it is that you need to drill a hole through the bar to mount the throttle in. That brings us to the very front of the bike where I replaced the headlight and the turn signals with the P-Tex sort of Street Fighter light setup and TST Industry turn signals. That's about it for all the mods. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And now, let's take it for a spin. Well, that's all for today. If you guys like this video, or if you've ever ridden a motorcycle while flying a drone, leave a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.